Hi, wonderful bookworms. We are going to do something fun today. We are going to be reading 1-star reviews for my favorite books. Yep, we are, and it's gonna be super fun. So today we have Olivia, my octopus, because I feel like we're gonna need her after all this, and Olivia is my favorite. So she's gonna stay with us while we go through 4 books. First, we have The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams, which is behind me. It's over here because that's my Sarah Adams area. We have Ignite Me from the Shatter Me series. Fun. We have Powerless, which is right here. And then we have Sunkissed by Casey West, which is right here. Back here. Right there. We have those 4 books, and these aren't exactly my 5-star. Like, some of them are, but some of them are a little bit lower because, well, I don't have enough 5 stars to do this. First up, we're going to do The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams because why not? That's my actual favorite book. Like, I actually gave that book 5 stars because I loved The Cheat Sheet. It was like the best book I've ever read, like ever. And I know this is gonna hurt and it's gonna make me laugh and I'm going to enjoy and I'm going to hate this. I'm ready for it. It was supposed to give, but it did not give what it needed to be gave. Okay, what did it not give? Because it gave everything. The whole book is it's friends to lovers, and it is fake dating, and it gave that, and it was amazing. What are you talking about? Oh, DNF, this was terrible. Lol. Okay, the thing about The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams is that you cannot DNF it because the ending is so incredibly good. If you DNF it, you're hurting yourself. Like, you're hurting yourself. The ending is the best part of the book. We love The Cheat Sheet because of the ending, not everything else. Anyway, it's fine. Just don't DNF it again, and it was not terrible. Reread it. Read the entire thing. Sorry. So this book has everything I love, friends to lovers and fake dating trope, but this was so boring to me. Sure, the story is pure fluff, but there's barely any conflict or plot to make people's grammar. It's okay. There was barely any conflict or plot to make it more engaging. It's very much a Sarah Adams book. If you liked her previous books, you will like this as well. If you're saying that Sarah Adams does makes books without conflict or plot, you're wrong. You have your opinion, and that is totally fine. Everyone has their own opinion. But Sarah Adams is my favorite author, so if you diss her, you're dissing me. You're standing in front of me and spitting those words in my face, not just Sarah's, because her books are incredible. And also, what do you mean it did not have any conflict or plot? Okay, never mind. I don't think we read the same book. It's fine. I keep forgetting that these were actual adults with jobs instead of 13-year-old kids. I know some people have quirky personalities, and I am sure that this was supposed to be quirky. It was not. Yes, it was. None of this was quirky. It was annoying. Okay. The thing about Nathan and Bree was they're supposed to be adults that make mistakes, that have their inner child, but they show that inner child outwards. Like, they are supposed to be silly human beings that are little teenagers that were not teenagers. They're adults. Yes, they're adults. Okay, but they're silly people who make mistakes. They like being goofy. They like being awkward. It shows that they're real people. That's what I enjoyed about the book, is that they were real people and they weren't perfect people. They made mistakes and they were silly and they were awkward. It was adorable. That is why I enjoyed it, and that's why I like Nathan and Bree, and that's why I don't see where you're coming from. But that's okay, because we all have different opinions, and yours is fine. It's just wrong. I'm kidding. Your opinion is fine. You're okay. Next we're doing Ignite Me from the Shatter Me series, and we have like 2 sort of semi-long ones, and we're gonna read these because they're fun. You're telling me that this 17-year-old girl who spent 3 whole books talking about about 2 hot boys, page after endless page, might be a good leader? Yeah, no. Done with the series. No way I'm touching Restore Me. I get that. She's not a good leader, okay? And she was chasing Adam and Aaron the entire time. But I think that's okay. I think that's okay. She wasn't a good leader. No, I agree with that. But I don't think that's worth 1 star. Okay. So I will not be finishing this. I literally cannot take the BS. This author is not only perpetrating the idea that abusive, obsessive, insane men are hot, but she also backtracked, rewrote, and twisted every aspect of what made the first book in the series interesting. I'm so sickened by the twist of Warner is not that bad. He's not. He's really not. That I really could care less about the rest of this plot. This is just overpowered by the sick love triangle. Warner abused and tortured Juliet. That is actually wrong. That was Anderson, which is Warner's dad. So, if you wanted clarification, there you go. That is it. No, it's not. End of the story. His intentions mean nothing in comparison to his actions. I really can't believe I ever read anything by this author ever. Okay, I'm not going to finish this review. Okay, I would like to point out that Aaron, yes, he can be he's a delusional guy, okay, who never actually hurted anybody without a reason, which is actually the best part about him, okay? He didn't hurt anyone without a reason, which is the most important thing. Like, if you continue reading the books, you can see that he's such a good guy, and he just wants a healthy, happy life that he cannot seem to get ever since he fell in love with Juliet. So I think Juliet is a problem, not Warner. Sorry. I'm sorry. I love you, Juliet. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I'm just being a little cranky, okay? Next, we have Sunkissed by Casey West, which this book was not my favorite. Well, it was. That's why it's on this list. But it wasn't a full 5 stars. I just enjoyed it. I can't get my mind off it. So that's why it's on this list, because I loved it. It was average for me. The girl in this book was very stupid. Okay, Avery is a teenage girl who was going through some things, and it's her last summer before her senior year. So I feel like Avery is allowed to have emotions, like every single person. I wouldn't call her stupid for that, but okay. No one, literally no one. Rom-com YNs. This summer, everything would be different. Okay, that's true. But I wouldn't say rom-com YNs. I would call that Belly from The Summer I Turned Pretty and Avery from Sunkissed and every single summer book that anybody has ever read or watched. Because every single summer show or book, they're going to be, this summer, it was supposed to be different. It was supposed to be my summer. Like, yes. That's what literally everything is. Like, if you like Belly Conklin, then yeah, you will probably like Avery. So, the book gave me Camp Rock vibes, and I effing hated it. I have never watched Camp Rock. I know. So I cannot agree with you. Moving on. I don't know how else to put it. This book sucked. I would like to know why. Why do you think like that? Why do you think so negative? Such negative things about Sunkissed. It was actually a good book. So I'd like to know what made you feel so negative about this book, because I enjoyed it and I thought it was super cute in the ending. I love Avery. Okay, now we have Powerless by Lauren Roberts, which I actually get some of these comments or these reviews, so we will talk about it and go deeper into it. But let's just say I love this book. I couldn't give it a full 5 stars though, because the ending really upset me in the best way, but I also didn't want to give it 5 stars because that's what Roberts gets for destroying and ripping out my heart. If I wanted to read The Hunger Games, I would have just picked that up instead. I have never read The Hunger Games or Harry Potter or Divergent or Twilight, but I've watched all those movies. I've never read the books. So, but I get what they mean since I watched the movie. I kind of got what they mean by it being The Hunger Games if they wanted to read that. But I think there were so many different things about Powerless that I just enjoyed in general that I feel like Hunger Games couldn't live up to. DNF'd at 50%. Y'all be for real. This had the cringiest, most cliche monologue I've ever read. I disagree. And 99.9999% of this book just mentions of this boy's chuckles and smirks. Can I type? Okay. Okay. Kai. You shouldn't have DNF'd, I'll tell you that. But you also saved yourself by DNFing, but also, I cannot believe you DNF'd because of guys' chuckles and smirks. DNF page 308. Do you ever have the feeling while reading that do you ever have a feeling that while reading a book, I'm just going to put this in my own words, that a book is trying something hard to be to be something that it isn't, okay? Even I can't speak. To phrase it simply, Powerless has zero originality in it. The book is a replica of many popular books, such as The Hunger Games, but make it cheap and the AliExpress version. It consisted of recycled scenes, jam-packed with tropes, and the author was unable to mold and enhance and improve the storyline with. Okay, this is where we're going to get deep into this little discussion of Powerless. Okay, the reason why I liked it so much better and wouldn't call it an AliExpress version of the Hunger Games, the reason I don't call it that is because of the romance. When I watch the Hunger Games, I don't watch the Hunger Games for the romance, actually. I watch it for the action and the plot because that is what Hunger Games is good for. Peeta and Katniss were not my main priority. Like, I didn't really care much about them, or Gale and Katniss. Like, I didn't care for that. But the reason I read Powerless was for Kai and Peyton because they were so cute, because of the romance, the tension. But you don't get that in the Hunger Games. I feel like if people actually admitted what they watched the Hunger Games for, it's not for the romance. No one goes like, "Oh, I watch it for Katniss and Peeta." Like, I feel like no one does that because you watch it because it's an entertaining story with a good plot line. Because Katniss and Peeta were hardly a thing. Like, they got married at the end and had kids. Spoiler if you haven't watched Hunger Games or read it, which if you haven't, I'm sorry. But they end up together, and it feels like there's, to me, I didn't get much, like, they had a little bit of chemistry, but I didn't feel that. That is why I liked Powerless, because the romance was good. It was better than the other books that I have read and the movies I've watched, because the romance was just simply better. So I wouldn't call it like there was no like originality in the book, because I think Lauren Roberts knew her focus. She knew that it was the romance focus. And she was also trying to give people some nostalgia, I feel like. Like, when you look back, you read that book and you look back, oh, this kind of reminds me of like the Hunger Games. Like, I kind of miss that. I feel like that's what Lauren Roberts was trying to do. So I kind of disagree with that review, but it's okay. It's okay. We all have our opinions. I value yours, you shall value mine, and we'll value each other, because that's how this book community works. We're supposed to value each other's opinions and care about each other. Anyway, thank you for watching with me, and I thank you for just sitting and listening to me talk and watching these reviews, because some of them were kind of funny, some of them kind of stung in my heart, and I hope that you come back, comment, like, subscribe, come back, and maybe we'll make another one of these if you guys want. And also, if you do want to see more videos like this from other creators, I suggest going to Larry Reed's YouTube. If you do know her, that is fantastic. Larry is amazing. I kind of got this idea from her, and she's incredible for it. Love her videos. They are much better, so go watch hers because they're super funny. And just don't forget to like and subscribe.